Welcome to Code Sutra. In this video, I will be discussing about LeetCode problem number 2306, naming a company. Let's first understand the problem. Say we are given two words, coffee and donuts. We can exchange the initial letter or the first letter of each word and we can form two more words, right? So we are replacing this, taking the C out and putting the C here, and we are taking this D from here and we are putting it here. So these two new words are formed. Okay, so in this problem, instead of just two words, you are given an array of words. For example, these are the four words that we are given. So how many pair of words or how many words can we form? For example, coffee can be paired with donuts, coffee can be paired with time, and coffee can be paired with toffee. And with each of them, it will form two words. That is, one is you will take this C and put it here, take this C, put it here, take this C, put it here, and the other way around. You will take this D and put it here, take this T and put it here. So with every word, it will form two more pairs. So the first thing is how many unique pairs can be formed into two. So what are the unique pairs that can be formed? So 3 plus 2 plus 1. So 6 unique pairs into 2. That is total 12 words can be formed, right? So one more additional condition is that the new words that you form should not be in the original array. For example, here if you take the word coordinates, is it valid? Yes, this is a valid word. Why? Because it is not there in the original array. Similarly, is Doffy valid? Yes, it is valid. Why? Because it's not there in the original array. Similarly, however, if you take Sime and Toffee, right? Sime is valid. Why? It is not there in the original array, but Toffee is there in the original array. So if you look here, with all the combination of the words, 6 of them are valid. So that will be our answer. So how do we even approach this problem? Let's go step by step. You yourself will be able to arrive at the solution. So let's look very carefully. The first thing is we will pick the word coffee, and these are the other three words. Okay, so what are the pairs that we can form? We are just taking this C and we are replacing as the first character of each of these words. Okay, these are the three things that will be formed. I think there is no doubt in this. Then what is the other thing that we can do is the reverse. All right, that is we are taking this D and replacing it with C. Okay, so if you look here very carefully, the suffix of the first word is common, right? And the other thing that is common is the first letter. So if you look here, actually 12 pairs should be there, but if you look here, there are only 10 pairs, right? Where is time and toffee? I have not even written time and toffee. Why? Because since both of them have the same initial letters, it is invalid to write them, right? Because no matter what you do, they will not form a pair that can form valid words. Why? Because they have the same initial. They will be forming again the same word. So the first idea is that the light bulb moment here is that the words with the same initials can never form a new word, and hence we can group them. The idea is that we will group the words according to their initial letter. That is the first thing. How do you group them? You want to sort them, you want to use an array, you want to use hash map, that is secondary. But the first idea is you want to group them. Now, what is the second idea that we can look at? So once you have formed a group, right? Say for example, here T. If you look at, let's add one more letter here. Like let's add tools here. Okay, so does it form a new word on the form? It may form here, but if you look here, right, it will still be the same. Why? Because the letters are same and the reverse compatible, that is the reverse pair that this is forming will just be one. This will still be tones, right? So no matter how many words are there here, it will just form one word with this. I hope these two things are clear. So, what are we first doing? We are grouping the words according to their initials. And the second thing is it is better idea to separate the initials and group them, right? For example, we form a group with C and we will have all the words that are starting with C. Similarly, we will have D and all the words that are starting with D. But the thing is, we can separate the prefix and the suffix. That is, if you look here, instead of forming the word again and again, what are we just doing? We are just separating the suffix out. And once we have separated the suffix out, it will be very easy to add different letters to it. For example, here I want to add a new letter, that is L. It is very easy to add, right? So we will separate out the prefix and the suffix. So these are the two ideas. That is, we will group them and we will separate the initials and the remaining part of the word. Now let's look at a very beautiful example. We are given dog these four letters. What are the two groups that we can form? One with D and the other one is with T. So these are the two groups, each having two words that can be formed. So now let's look very carefully. So this D, can it be replaced with dime and dogs? And the reverse is talks, and again that there will be only one word, that is talks. So, but if you look here carefully, what is the valid strings that will be formed? Dime is a valid string, but is dogs a valid string? No. Why? It's already there in the original array. So can we safely eliminate whatever are there common here? Yes, right, we can eliminate them because it will not either form forward compatible and reverse also it will not form, right? So we can safely remove the same suffixes. That is, if these two are there, we can remove the same suffix, and whatever is remaining, we will form the pair. So how many words are formed by the remaining pair? That is, you say here there are three words and here there are two words. So 2 into 3, we can totally form 6, but on the other hand, this will be multiplied with 2 again. Why will it be multiplied by 2 again? One is forward compatible and the other one is backward compatible. That is, we are removing the D from here and putting it here. From the other way around, we are putting the T from there and putting it here. So it will be multiplied by 2. The thing is, we are removing whatever is the common from both of them, and whatever after we have removed the common or the mutuals from both of them, whatever is the remaining will get added. Let's add two more words. Let's add lime and locks. Lime and locks here. Similarly, here we will have I'm and dogs. Let's see what will happen here with dogs. So it will just form again one pair, right? So OGS and OGS can easily be removed. So it will again form own at some time. There will be one each. So two more pair. So first D can form two pairs with this and two pairs with this. Now let's look at this T. How many words can time and T and L group can form? It can absolutely form no words because both of them will be removed from each of them. So it will be 0. They cannot form anything. So the total answer will be 4 in this group. Let me explain once again. We will group the words according to their initials and we will look at the mutuals and we will subtract from each of the group, and the remaining number, for example, if there is 2 remaining here, 2, and if 3 is remaining here, we will multiply them into 2 just to accompany the forward and the backward compatibility. We will multiply with 2. Okay, let's get into the code and let me explain which data structure we will be using. Oh, I don't want to do this, guys. I was in a flow, but I really have to do because I have very less subscribers. So 99% of the viewers of my channel don't subscribe to my channel. So if you have enjoyed the video, please do consider subscribing to my channel, and please do look at the placement series or the interview series that I have created, which will help you solve the problems and develop the intuition and observe patterns. Okay, so what am I doing here? So we are grouping the words into 26 distinct groups, right? Any word that can be formed, it should have A to Z as the first character. So we are creating 26 different groups and we are storing it in array. Each of this array will contain a hash set. For example, A will have a hash set of its own. Similarly, C or 2 will have a hash set of its own. Similarly, J or 9 will have a hash set of its own. So once we have created hash set, an array of hash set, what are we doing? We are grouping them. How we are grouping them? We are removing the first character and we are putting the remaining suffix part. For example, we had coffee, right? We will remove C and we will put the remaining into the hash set below this particular letter, or 3 in this particular case. The index will be 3 in this particular case. The first thing is we are dividing each words and putting them into the respective groups. Next, what are we doing? For every letter, right, we are going forward and checking with the other two letters or other 25 letters in this particular case. For example, A will check with B to Z, C will check from D to Z, similarly J will check from K to Z. So that is what we are doing here. That is, I will start from A and the J will start from the next letter. What are we doing here? We are just checking the mutuals and subtracting them. Or in this case, we are just counting the number of mutuals. For example, in this particular case, these were the mutuals, right? So what are we doing here? We are just counting the mutuals, and in the particular answer, we are just subtracting the mutuals from the group size. Say there were 5 in this particular group, and there were 2 mutuals. We are subtracting them and we are multiplying with the other group, and we will add it to the answer. And finally, after all the pairs that are formed, we finally return the answers. And what is the time complexity of this? The only thing that we have to keep in mind is that while we are putting a word into a hash set, we will take extra time to put the words into the hash set. That is one thing that you have to take care. Please comment the time complexity and space complexity in the comments. If there is anything that is wrong, I will be commenting it out and I will be explaining it to you once again. Thank you for watching the video. Please do like, share and subscribe.